everyone, and welcome to another review from Colour with Claire. Today we're going to be checking out the OG of the alcohol marker world. This is the Magic Marker by Royal Sovereign, and these babies have been around since the 1960s, so they actually predate most, if not all, alcohol markers available on the market at the moment. So they are the original alcohol marker, and they're still going strong, and there's a few very, very good reasons for that, and things that set them apart from other alcohol markers that I'll get onto in just a moment. But let's have a quick look at the markers themselves. So I've got a selection of about 29 different colours here so that we can get a really good look at the selection, but they actually have over 100 different colours available, so massive palette for you if you're looking for an alcohol marker which has loads and loads of different colours, lots of different tints, shades and tones and in-between hues that you might be looking for and not find in smaller sets. So let's take a look at the pen itself. So we've got a square barrel that holds loads of ink, and that's the first thing that's really brilliant about these pens, is that they are super long lasting. I've been doing a bit of research about them online, and a lot of people have come up saying that they've had these pens in their collections for years. One of them even said 10 years, and they dug it out the other day and it works just as brilliantly as it did the day that they bought it. So they're really long lasting. They've got this large chunky barrel which is going to hold all that ink. They kind of remind me a little bit of Copic classic markers, which are the really big ones, the original Copic markers that held all of the ink. So you get loads and loads of ink in these. As you can see, the pen is a square barrel, but it tapers off to cylindrical on the caps here. If I take one of the caps off, you can see on one end we have a bullet nib for your detail work, and it also tells you there that it is a fine nib, and you've got the little symbol. On the other end is the chisel nib, because most alcohol markers do feature chisel nibs. These were originally sort of marketed towards graphic designers, illustrators, architects, people that use these kind of big chunky chisels on, huge sheets of paper and on drawing boards and things like that. So that's why you usually find a chisel tip on an alcohol marker. But they're absolutely perfect to use for colouring as well. Just don't forget that alcohol ink does bleed through pretty much everything, so just be careful. Now you can see that we have a band of colour around the top here, and it's got both a number and a name, which makes it really handy for charting your colours. So they're long lasting, they're absolutely full of ink. They've got the two different types of tips. You've also got the number on each end of the pen as well. So if you like to store these pens in racking horizontally, which is really how they should be stored, then you can see the colour and the number on there quite easily and quickly. So alcohol ink, as we know, is very highly blendable. That's the biggest sort of feature about alcohol ink. You can blend it very smoothly. It doesn't lift up the tooth of the paper or break the paper because it's alcohol based. It's not water based. So you don't have to worry about your paper becoming all pilly, and they're just a fantastic medium to use. But as I say, they do bleed quite a lot, so be careful on your colouring books. Now, as I say, I've got about 29 different colours here, which I have swatched out so that you can see all of the different shades I have. So I've gone and picked out a few different colours that I thought would blend really nicely together so that we could get sort of the best result out of this review that I could. Now you can see I've picked a few different reds, then we've gone down to some pinks, we've got the blues, the purples, we've then got the kind of flesh toned colours, those very light beiges, and then we've got a couple of aquas and some oranges. So the first thing I did was go through the colours. Now obviously we haven't got a huge selection here, just 29 out of the over 100 that are available, but I still managed to kind of put together quickly a few different blends that work really well together with these colours. And if you're wanting to sort of pick up a handful of alcohol markers, but you don't know which colours to choose and you want kind of basic colours that are going to be able to create blends like this, then I would recommend definitely getting your hands on this selection here that I've chosen. But here you can see some of the blends that I've quickly put together. So we've got a light mahogany and a flesh here. That'd be really good as a skin tone. Also for another skin tone, we've got terracotta, light suntan, barely beige, buttercup yellow and mellow yellow, which you'll see in a moment on the image that I've coloured. We've then got some blue into green, we've got purples into blues into green, so I'm kind of multiplying the colours that we're using here. This one didn't quite work out. We've got damson violet, violet and bright purple, Antwerp blue down to pale process blue, dusty pink and burly beige, and then this one is my absolute favourite, the violet going into the bright purple, the fuchsia, the sunset and the chrome orange. That would be an absolutely fantastic sunset background to do on your colouring pages. So I picked out all of these different blends and then decided that I would use as many as possible on a picture so that I could show you exactly how they work. Now look at this. This book is Faces of the Zodiac by Kim White. It's available as a PDF on Etsy. I'll leave the link below if you want to go and download that. But this is the picture that I did, as you can see in the little inserted video, with these magic markers. And you know, you can see straight off the bat, they're absolutely fantastic. They're vibrant, they're bold, the colours are really, really saturated and vivid. The blending's absolutely on point as well. And I've tried to use, as I say, as many of those combos as I possibly could. So we've got the orange and the yellow background here for the kind of sunset. We've got the blue, almost frozen looking wings. And then I absolutely love this hair. This one was the Damson Violet, Violet and Bright Purple combo. But I actually also brought in the pink here as well. I'm not sure which pink I used. Let me see. It was this deep pink here, so I brought that in as the highlight colour, and then I just used loads of white gel pen to add some dots. They could either be snow on the wings or they could be a galaxy kind of formation like I've done in the hair. And then I used the aquas, and I think it was the dark process blue to finish off the border of ivy kind of leaves around the edge. But I'm really, really pleased with how this has turned out. The markers were just an absolute joy to use, and I love alcohol markers anyway, but as I say, these twin tip magic markers do seem to have a lot of features that other markers don't. They've got a massive range of colours, over 100. They do hold all of that ink. You've got loads and loads of ink. They're going to last for years and years and years. They've got the names and the numbers for you to chart them properly, and also they are very, very cheap at Cult Pens at the moment, which I think is a massive draw for most of you. If you're wanting to start out with alcohol markers, it can be really difficult knowing where to begin, because you do have the high-end alcohol markers like your Copics, your Winsor and Newton, Spectrum Noir, those ones that cost loads of money. And then you've got the really low-end alcohol markers that you usually find on places like wish.com, things like your Touch 5, Touch New markers, and they often run out really quickly, or they so oftentimes I've bought them and they've actually leaked before I've even opened them, and they're just not great quality. With these, you've got the quality and you've also got the cheap price at the moment because they're on clearance at Cult Pens. Now, that's not to say that Cult Pens aren't going to be getting more in. They can definitely get more stock. That it's not that they're going to disappear forever. It's just that they have stock at the moment that they're trying to clear, and then they can order more as they need to. So these pens are normally over £5 per marker. So you are looking at that very high end, very expensive kind of price like you do with Copics. But at the moment, these are selling for £1.99 each. So you can actually get 3 of these markers for under the price of one of them, which they should be at RRP, because Cult Pens are also doing a 3 for 2 offer at the moment. So £1.99 each. You can buy as many or as little as you need to complete or begin your collection. And then you can even get 3 for under the price of 1 with the 3 for 2 offer. So £1.99 each, you're going to be looking at £4 for 3. So I had to think about that for a second. My math is terrible. So under £4 for 3 markers, and yeah, just absolutely brilliant quality, price, as you can see, performance. And I'm not really sure what much more I can say about them, just that they're absolutely brilliant, and I will definitely be getting more of these to add to my collection very, very soon. So if you want to know where to get them, the link for Cult Pens is going to be in the description, and they ship worldwide. So if you can't find these overseas, put your order in at Cult Pens and you can get yourself as many as you like. So hopefully that has explained all about these markers. Sometimes I actually write a little bit of a summary of what I'm going to say in these reviews, because I often lose my words, but I haven't done that on this review and I'm kind of floundering a little bit. So hopefully you've got all of your information that you need. If there is anything else you would like to know, please leave it in the comments. And what I'm going to do just quickly is just show you the tips. So we've got the bullet nib here, which you can see creates a very strong, smooth line. And then you've got your chisel. If you use the edge of the chisel, you've got an even thinner line. And then the whole of the chisel itself, you've got a thicker one. So you've got 3 different lines that you can create, 3 different line widths just in the one pen. Quickly as well, they do have a slight scent to them. With them being alcohol markers, most of them do. They're not too strong, but I would say that if you are particularly sensitive to strong smells and chemicals and things, you might want to reconsider. But that totally depends on personal preference, personal, feelings against scented markers and the way that they affect you. So I think that's all I can tell you. Thank you so much for watching. Please go ahead and get yourself some of these markers while they're on the 3 for 2 offer, and I'll stop blabbering on and let you get on with your day. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon on Colour with Claire.